Elon Musk visiting the CIA alongside Director John Ratcliffe to discuss how Doge can make the agency more efficient. He also dropped by the Five to discuss what Doge is up to and how you, the American taxpayer, can stay up to date on their cost-cutting efforts.
Everything that Doge does is an open book. So I think the most transparent the most transparent organization in government ever. Every single Doge action is listed on the Doge.gov website. It's also listed on the X handle. So if anyone has a concern about any one of those actions, they can bring that up.
Musk also talking about the attacks on Tesla, calling them wide-scale domestic terrorism. And now he's asking law enforcement to crack down on the leaders of those violent attacks.
People who are actually throwing the Molotov cocktails, they are the foot soldiers. Right. But we need to go after the generals, and we're going to do so. The president has made it very clear that we're going to go after those that are paying and organizing these violent attacks. And Attorney General Bondi has said the same thing. I believe that is exactly what will happen.
Do you know who they are?
We're coming for them.
Do you know who those generals are?
We know. We do.
Fox News contributor and former FBI special agent Nicole Parker joins me now. Nicole, if we know who these generals are, as Musk says, how do we track them down and how do we prosecute them?
Well, first of all, you now have an FBI director, Kash Patel, and an attorney general, Pam Bondi, that are about enforcing the laws. And this type of behavior will not be tolerated. This type of violence is unacceptable. And I think what's shocking to many people who are involved in these violent acts is that many of them were likely involved in around 2020, and there was no consequence. They were doing similar actions in similar groups. And this time, no, that's not going to happen. So what's happening is Kash Patel, FBI Director Patel, has put together a task force to conduct investigations into this, and that's what FBI agents will do. They will get in there, they will see the crimes, they will do full investigations, and like we always said in the FBI, you follow the money. The money does not lie. The bank records don't lie. The flow of money does not lie. And I think that Elon Musk absolutely is correct that if this is being funded, they will get to the bottom of it. They will discover who it is. And, you know, there might be individuals that are the foot soldiers that are just executing the plans, but the people behind the scenes that are funding it, they're the ones that they're going after. And that's what corruption is all about, is getting to the root of the problem. And that's what a solid FBI will do. It's not enough to just go after the person that's throwing the Molotov cocktails. It's got to be who is the planner and who is the funder.
It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. So good luck to the FBI solving it ASAP. Meantime, Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty against suspected CEO killer Luigi Mangione, saying the following. Luigi Mangione's murder of Brian Thompson, an innocent man and father of 2 young children, was a premeditated, cold-blooded assassination that shocked America. Nicole, how big a deal is this move as a deterrent, especially after Joe Biden commuted the death sentences of 37 killers?
It's huge, because one thing that I can say is that if there is no serious consequence or people believe that they can literally get away with murder, it continues the cycle of violence. Pam Bondi stepping in and saying, look, this will not be tolerated, and we are going to go for the death penalty. At the end of the day, she does have the final say in a federal case. She is the attorney general, and it is a big deal. There has not been a federal execution in New York, in Manhattan for 70 years. But this individual did. It was a cold-blooded assassination. He went in and he took the life of an innocent man who has young children. Violence is never the answer. I understand he had a beef with the industry of insurance, but that is absolutely unacceptable. That is not the way that you deal with your grievances, is by murdering somebody. And so for her to step in and to say this, that's huge. And you're right. Joe Biden did commute 37 individuals who were federal prisoners that were on death row, and he said, no, we're gonna change that to a life sentence. That's a slap in the face to the family members, the innocent victims, the loved ones. And for Pam Bondi to say, no, we're not going to tolerate this, we're going to make America safe again, it is a huge deterrent to do this.
And even Democrats pushed back on what Joe Biden did there. There was bipartisan condemnation of a lot of those commutations. Finally, before we let you go, you are testifying at the House Judiciary Subcommittee hearing today to examine FBI waste, fraud, and abuse during the Biden era. We've got about 30 seconds. What are you going to tell Congress in a few hours?
You know, I love being a special agent with the FBI, but it got to the point, Todd, that I walked away because it was not the same FBI that I'd signed up for. And when you have signed up for one mission and it turns into another, It's just unacceptable. The FBI became politically and socially weaponized. They were using funds to go after January 6 misdemeanors. My very dear friend in the FBI, Special Agent Laura Schwarzenberger, shot and killed in the line of duty protecting children, executing a search warrant against a child predator. There was no SWAT for her that morning, but yet they liberally sent SWAT resources across the nation to go after nonviolent criminals. And so that's just one example of things that are unacceptable. And on top of that, the FBI did not even pay for her memorial service, as well as Daniel Alfin, who was also shot and killed that morning. The FBI said we don't have the funds to pay for that, and they went to a private donor. I find that absolutely despicable, and the efforts that they put towards DEI and other efforts that are non-mission related, to me, is an example of fraud, waste, and abuse
I know
at the FBI.
You have been a tireless advocate for your friend who sadly lost her life, and I know it will continue today on Capitol Hill. Nicole Parker, thank you. Good luck today.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.